I was told that I would have Chinese subtitles below me, but apparently it's not working. Okay, so a few months ago, my fellow classmates voted for me as president, and I'm extremely touched, only to find out today when some of them told me that they were just tricking me into this speech. Then I noticed how great of an opportunity this was. I mean, I'm given 7 minutes, exactly 7 minutes to say whatever I want to whomever I wanted to. And Mr. Adams trusts me. Okay, but with all seriousness, this is a chance for me to thank God, thank TAPA, and thank our parents and each other as a class of 2010, and for such a wonderful high school experience. So seniors, in just 7 minutes, you will probably never want to hear me speak again. But in 7 minutes, you are just a step closer in taking off your robes and not look like a bunch of avatars. And just like Avatar, you have a ponytail right here, so don't start connecting with each other. And that thing will be placed to your right in 7 minutes. So, in 7 minutes, you will also be receiving a diploma, and that's a step closer to college, that's a step closer to your future, and it's a step closer to your independence. Now to the juicy stuff. Let's take a time machine 4 years back. And Mark Lou actually influenced me to do this. So high school felt fresh at first. You know, we just started off. And fresh, I mean eating yummy and KFC every day. No offense, Andy. And people from 4 years ago, do you remember our study halls? We could go out whenever we wanted. You know, and even though all of us had our ID cards to open our gate, some of us chose to break the fence in the basketball court and climb out during class. So that was a good memory. And sophomore year came, and it went. I remember nothing from that year except that I had 11 periods a day, and it was very boring. And it was a long year, you know, it felt like a long year, but I remember nothing. Junior year was relaxing. I mean, prior to this year, we had 3 awesome but hard teachers, Miss Ashim, who is with us today, and Mr. Everhart and Mr. Comparada. I don't know if they're with us, so. There are 3, and I thank them for giving me the experience that will only help us in the future. Even though they were really hard classes, they helped us in the future, right? And they gave me second chances, and I'm glad they did. Then senior year, thank you. Then senior year came, and then we started asking questions. You know, do grades matter? You know, what is community service, Jane? You know, what are the SATs? What are the TOEFLs? Why didn't we get into the colleges we wanted to? But beside all that pressure, all of us got into great colleges, and I mean all. And we all shared unforgettable memories with each other. And all the memories we shared were of a class. You know, we're like Chinese rice. We're very sticky. You know, we stuck together throughout the year. And then, you know, the stickiest rice known to mankind. Better than Thailand rice. So senior trip was awesome, right? But this whole year felt like a senior trip. Okay, it felt like a trip. We learned so much, we experienced so much, and the reason of all this and all we have is because of our parents. And I just want to take this time to thank our parents. And during the years, they could have just stopped and say, no, I don't want to pay for their tuition. I don't want to pay for their food. They can starve. But no, they didn't. And they gave us everything, you know. And they're very proud of you. They're very proud of you. And you can't imagine the sense of relief they are experiencing. So if you want money, this is the most opportune time. Just ask them right now. But the person to thank the most is our God, right? So it doesn't matter which religion you place yourself with. No one can deny that there is a higher power up there, and it's guiding our lives. And just like our senior scripture says, God has a plan for you. And it was a plan for you to come to TAPA. And you were given an education foundation as well as a spiritual foundation. And if you think you coming to TAPA wasn't planned at all, then think twice. Because you've influenced your best friend, and you've influenced the person sitting next to you. I know my best friend influenced me, and it was all for the better. And we created a learning environment for each other. And we should be happy and not cry tonight. I know my mom's gonna cry. She promised me. But there's a saying, don't be dismayed by goodbyes. A farewell is necessary before you can meet again. And meeting again after moments or a lifetime is certain for those who are friends. So just like Mr. Timothy said, in 10 years later we have a class reunion, it's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. Yeah, do it again. Yeah. So I can't wait for the 10 years later, and we can meet each other. We'll probably all be CEOs. Yeah. And just thinking about that makes me happy. Happiness that will carry on throughout the summer, and probably even more if I wasn't going to college. So it's another 4 years in college, and 7 for some of us who are studying medical. But this is where it gets interesting. I mean, it's a high school experience all over again, but it should end where it started, today. And we should be able to get out of college and still be in contact with each other and remember what we had here, what we learned here, and cultivate it. And most importantly, remember God and His importance in our lives. So I guess this is the end of our high school life. Now that's the end of my speech, but before I leave, during our senior year, 2 teachers worked their hardest to give us a wonderful senior trip and a wonderful senior graduation. I would like to take this time to thank them for their dedication and support for all of us despite all their obstacles. I would like to thank the Webs to come up here. Could the Webs come up here? And to show them our the class of 2010, we would like to give the Webs something. Could you? My vice president is going to bring it up for me. Just you can come up here or something. And would seniors stand up? Standing ovation for the Webs. So that's your gift. I won't tell you what it is. No, they're not matching watches. They're not matching watches. No surprise for you. Okay, so that's the end of my speech, and thank you for Mrs. and Mr. Webb.